I'll tell you something. The live sort of just decided to go off on me. So everything that I have recorded in that live is gone, dusted, forgotten, and now I have to start from zero. So I know that some of you internet critics or YouTube critics usually don't like my lives. You'd rather I edit and, maybe look glitz and glams on my videos or whatnot. But sorry, this video is going to be alive. A live video is live for a reason. It's raw, unedited, and cut. So yeah. So let me wait for you guys to come on in again, as the video that I was recording before just decided to went kaput. So I'm sure like most of you guys might not have catched what I was saying on my other video. Yeah, I started a live a couple of minutes ago and it got interrupted. Sorry. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are just wondering. Go straight to the point, because we don't have time to listen to you blah 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 blah. I'm tempted to wait for people to join my live. I can see 2 people. I'm waiting for at least 10 people to join my live. Please don't be tired of waiting with me. Let's wait a little bit. But so far, I want to hear what everyone is doing. And I want to hear how everyone is doing. How is the situation wherever you are? Where are you watching me from? How is the situation? Let me know. How is the situation? How has this thing affected your life, your livelihood, your family? How has it affected? I thank God that everything is okay so far when it comes to health, because I believe that health is wealth at the end of the day. If it affected your health and it affected your lungs, you cannot breathe, then oh my God, that is something that is very bad. So you guys, you can see the title of the video. A lot of you are asking me on my last live, did I quit my job? So you guys, please, on the comment, I've left the super chat. Can you tell me where you're watching from? I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself. Like, engage on the super chat, on the live. This is the reason why we have live here now. Engage and let me know what is happening to you. I don't want to feel like I'm the only one who is talking about my life, telling you guys what not and yelling on this live. I want people to engage in my community. Tell me what is happening with you. Are you okay? Is your family affected? Do you need us to encourage you with anything? So someone is asking me, I'm gonna read your live chats. Watching you from Nairobi, Devon's Empire. You're watching me from Nairobi. Are you also on lockdown? I am on lockdown like crazy. Are you are you going? Andrew, what are you saying? What are you saying? Please speak English that I can understand. We are okay though, it's stressful being indoor, but God is merciful. Yes, Sisi Ture. You guys, Andrew is saying that they are in Vienna. Is that where is Vienna? Vienna is Austria? I think so. I'm not sure. Carlene is in Canada. You guys, okay, now more than 18 people is here on. People were asking me on my last live, did I quit my job? Did I quit my job? Are you still working? La la la, everyone is asking. But the reason is, the answer is, I'm not working anymore. I'm not flying anymore. So hear it from my mouth, I'm not flying anymore. And it came at a point where I really, really needed to quit. Like flying had reached me here. Here, you guys, here. It was not about money at some point. It reached out. I didn't care about money. I care about my mental space more than anything else. And if I was not mentally comfortable going to work and I was physically like, for the longest time during my job, you guys, is something that I have not admitted. I was always having anxiety. Every time I am putting on my uniform, going to work, I was having anxiety. One, I was having anxiety, wondering what are the kind of managers I'm going to work with, because there's a lot of bitchy managers who just like, if they don't like you, they don't like you. It doesn't matter. Like if they don't like you, they don't like you. They give you a hard time. They write reports. They just like a lot of, like in high school, a lot of, like I felt like I was being, people in my job have this fear culture of like, you feel like it's more of a high schoolish, of like, if you make noise, I'm going to write about you. If you do this, I'm going to write and take it to the management. At the end of the day, people don't think that even them, they are just employed just like me and the other one. And sometimes it's like the fear culture that was around my job. Like if I see a phone call from IVR, the IVR is like the automated call. If like the crew call, like when they are calling you, they want to give you something, I don't know, they want to give you a job or they want you something. If I see that IVR on my phone, I used to feel like I want to diarrhea. It doesn't matter if I'm not in trouble or I'm in trouble, I just don't want to see that IVR. And I just felt like it was more of fear, fear induced, somebody, and recently somebody was like, oh, aren't you supposed to, somebody was trying to find out where I am. And I was telling them I'm not at home. They were just like trying to, being nosy, trying to find out where I am. One of them girls who are working for the airline that I was working for, they're just being nosy, obviously. So I'm telling them I'm not in the crew complex. I'm not. Don't you know you're supposed to be here by 8 o'clock? You have curfew. Where are you? I'm like, bitch, am I working under you? Like, I'm not a baby no more. Like, I'm not, like, I don't want anybody to give me restrictions. The job is like, it has amazing parts of it, but at the end of the day, a lot of restrictions, and a lot of rules and regulations that need to be followed. First of all, I don't see why somebody would restrict my uterus. It's like in other parts of the world, you can have a baby, whether you're married, not married, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here, if you don't have a husband, you cannot have a baby. Why? Why? It's my body. I can do whatever I want. Okay, so people are allowed to go do abortions. The ladies, they are having babies left, right, center in this same company, but people are killing babies just because the company, so I choose money over my body and my ability to have children. Hey, and for me, it just feels like money will always come. I know how it feels to have even just 2 shillings in my pocket, or even to have nothing in my pocket at the end of the day. But my biological clock or my body will not wait for me, at the end of the day. Money can come. So it's like a lot of restrictions. You have your relative, for example, you cannot even host your relative. You feel like you're still in high school, like it's worse than high school, and you cannot host your relative. I host my relative. They have a couple of times that they have to stay 28 days. If they stay more than 28 days, they are being harassed, or they just call them, and like a lot of harassment going on, a lot of harassment left, right, center. I cannot. And I don't know. I just reached a point where I just didn't want to live under this culture where I feel like I'm being restricted over so many things because of money. You know, there's a lot of malice going on. There's a lot of jealousy. If someone don't like you and they know they have power to screw your life, they can go screw your life, you know. Like, for example, I told you guys that there's this woman who was coming to my house pretending to be my friend. But behind my back, she's telling this girl to screw me behind my back. Go and report her to the office. Go. Just go and report her, you know. And these are the kind of things that I don't like. I just don't like this kind of things. So for the longest time, I was there, but I was happy, you know, money-wise, everything, you know, you have comfortable life. But then when it reaches a time, you guys, how many times will you be living your life from suitcase to suitcase? Huh? There was just a time that I was just like fed up to an extent. I just want to go somewhere and sleep without looking at my roster and just be happy. I don't want my life is planned for me by a calendar. You know, once a month starts, it's being planned for you. This is your life and this has been planned. You cannot maneuver. You are going to miss funerals. You're going to miss weddings. You're going to miss birthdays. Forget family. Family bullshit. Hmm? To this company, family does not exist. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be one of those people who are going to be forging my way around this company, you know, forging my things. I want to have my life. I want to, I have to forge my way around it, and I have to lick bumps around it, and I have to keep wondering, oh, who am I going to fly with? Who is going to give me a hard time today? Who is not going? You guys, I'm a very free spirit. I do not like anybody giving me restrictions. I will destroy my face on this live now. You see how my face is now destroyed on this live, then talking to you about what is going on, what was going on here. I was, at the end of the day, money-wise, it's okay, you know, but culture-wise, I don't want to be somebody who is, money is good, money is so sweet, but at the end of the day, I don't want to discourage anybody, and I don't want to tell you guys, oh, it was just bullshit, this job was just bullshit. It has its highs and lows. So most of the things that I'm talking to you guys about were the lows that I felt about flying. You know, it has highs and lows, but at the end of the day, whatever has a beginning has to have an end. Don't sit there saying, oh, now she's talking shit, bullshit about the company, or she's earned money and she's eaten money, she's built a house and all the company. No. Remember, this company has brought me from nothing to something. If it were not for this company, I could not be where I am now. Financially, whatever. Even the way I have grown, I have seen the world, and you know. But one thing that I know is that you cannot live your life based on from one suitcase to another suitcase. Sometimes you just want to go on vacation and flicker your toes without any worries in the world. Not you're flickering your toes and you're thinking, oh shit, I have to go back. You know, I have to go back, and next week I'm in Paris. The other time maybe during this pandemic, you will be carrying everyone who has Koro. Don't you know that there was a one pilot in one Kenyan pilot? They were doing these repatriation flights to America, and the poor guy was very healthy, in his 50s, very healthy. A whole pilot. You know, Kenya, to be a pilot is such a big deal. It's not a small thing. It's not just a small job. It's a big deal. He was a pilot. Just one repatriation flight, and he was not even mingling or maneuvering with the passengers, meandering with it. No, he was in the cockpit. What was he mingling with the passengers for? But in the same cockpit, or wherever he went, he caught the Koro, and the guy is now 6 foot under as we speak. So even when I was going to Beijing, Shanghai, Beijing, it was the week that we had Koro on full blast. We are going to Beijing and Shanghai. And then there are these restrictions. Oh, you have to adhere to the grooming standards of the company. Well, health doesn't matter here. In this company, in these flying companies, not only the company I was working for, entire flying company, if you're not healthy, they don't need you anymore. They don't need you if you are a cabbage. If you have a broken back, my friend, you are written off. You are not fit to fly. Even if that broken back, you got it from the flying, lifting, and pulling. It's not their business. They want healthy people. Hmm? So even sometimes these leaders, the people, they are just like prefects. You know, the mean prefects in your school, in your kindergarten that used to be mean. This is how they behaved. They know very well that it's very, very, very not nice to, you need a mask, have mask. They were restricting, even the company said, if you don't feel safe, wear a mask. But in a couple of flights that I was in, the managers were more worried about the grooming standard of the company than you protecting your life from Koro. Hmm? So me, with my big head, I have to cover myself now. At first, when the Koro came out, everyone was saying, it doesn't affect black people. Forget it. These things, you don't know. So people were like, black people should just go unprotected because they want Koro to finish us. So now they are lying to us. So you know, in the cabin, you are carrying a whole group of people from, you are taking them there to their country. I'm telling you, these people, Beijing and Shanghai, people are removing their throat butter all over the place. After you give them food, they be washing their hands inside their food plate and making inside. Hey, God have mercy on my life now. God have mercy on my life. And at the end of the day, still the manager will be on your back. Why are you using glove? Huh? Or why are you using? She was like, why are you using your gloves to collect or to give meal? Huh? Only you need to use your glove when you're collecting dirty rubbish, not when you're giving meal. What style and image are you portraying? I'm like, happy. I need to protect my life. Can't you see this is lung butter this person has put in their plate? Or first of all, I'm going to Beijing and Shanghai. There are people coughing all over the place. And these people, my friend, they don't know how to cover their noses and mouths when they are coughing this nonsense. They cannot do it. They be like coughing, like it's for free. They need to be giving it to everyone. And at the end of the day, someone will tell you, don't put on. Me, I was putting. Please don't bother me. Everybody who doesn't have a problem with me, they say, this girl is rude. I'm like, I'm rude where? I care about my health, first of all. Me, some rules don't apply to me, please. Some rules, they don't apply to me, please. And someone might say, go to a company where there's no rules, there's no regulation. I did not come to work naked. Did you see me coming to work naked? I wore my uniform. It's very nicely ironed. Everything is nice. But I have foot pain. I did not wear high heels. The company provided high heels because it has made my leg crippled. So I should be working while limping. I'm limping and going to work. What kind of flight attendant be limping at the airport because of style and image? They must put on high heels. Style and image, yet you're limping. What is that? What is that style and image you're showing? Limping. When you didn't wear high heels, I have to report you to your manager, to the staff. I said, report and put that report. When you finish writing it, shove it inside your ass. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. I don't know. These kind of restrictions don't apply to me sometimes. So I'm telling you, only the things that I did not like. I did not like restrictions. I did not like the rules. Sometimes I want to be free. A human being needs to be free. Especially sometimes I went to Kenya. I want to go to my house and just like lie down like this without thinking about, oh, I need to go. I need to pack up again. I go home, I put my suitcase. Before I even think that I have vacation, I'm worried about, my God, I have to pack up. I have to pack up, I have to go. You're not only worried about you have to go back to work, you're now worried about, oh well, like for me, I was worried about, there was a flight that I was worried about. A flight that is 14 hours plus, and I had 3 of them in my roster prior to me leaving the company. I'm telling you, I was sleeping at night thinking of my roster. I'm going to Australia. I was like, God of mercy, why I have to go? Why? It reached that point where I was just tired. I was just tired. I was just like, wait a minute. Even when there was no Koro, I was just like tired. To an extent, when I see news, like you guys, I want to be honest with you. This was just my mentality or just my mind. I was afraid because every time you see news, something has happened. I'm not saying it's very rare for it to happen, but to me, every time I want to go on a flight, I was always thinking that this could be my potential last flight. I might take off and never land. I might take off and never land, And constantly that happened to me every single day whenever I put my uniform, put my makeup, and I'm going to work. I'm just like worried, Not like I'm just have a couple of anxiety and here and there. And I was just like afraid. I was telling myself, if I resign now, I had what ifs and a lot of what ifs in my mind, what ifs and what ifs. And I know very well that I'm no longer happy where I am, And for me, I believe that happiness is the most important thing in life. If you feel that something does not give you joy anymore, whether be it your job, what, it's time for you to just quit. For me, it's better for me to quit than give a lot of negativity. One thing that I never want is to give negativity at work and to demotivate and to discourage to discourage everyone. That is one thing I never wanted. Even to my last flight, I was very, very much optimistic. And I was telling everyone was dragging their feet. They are afraid because of the corona and whatnot. And I was telling them, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. One thing I know is that the company that I was working for, I was diligently, when I take my job, I was taking my job very diligent. I was doing it with one heart, and I was a team. I was encouraging people at work. I was a team leader. I took the bull by the horn when it came to work. I didn't. So anyway, that happened. Even right now, I'm on lockdown. I'm in self-isolation. But one thing that I am glad is the fact that I am not flying anymore. I'm telling you, I don't know how many times I ever sat down and was thinking, I was always saying, the day I will never want to log in. I don't need to log on to my portals, company portals. They have millions, and I don't know, I'm exaggerating, but they have so many portals, so many passwords that you have to remember and all that. The day I will not have to. The day I will not have to go to my recurrent training every 6 months. The day I will not have to be worried about, what now? Yeah. I know I will have less money. But at the end of the day, I won't have worries. I don't have worries. Like, for example, if I go home, instead of enjoying my vacation, I'm worried about, man, next week I have to go. Now, mentally, I'm starting to prepare myself for how I'm going to go to this and that destination, instead of just enjoying my vacation. And you're not only worried about that, you're also worried about the fact that you don't know if you're going to get the flight to go and catch your your duty on time. Because sometimes if you are on staff travel tickets, they board you last, and sometimes the plane is full. Sometimes you are left because the plane is full, you're not a priority. So sometimes you have those kind of tickets and you have to be worried. And I was like, oh man, it's not only that I'm worried about that, but I just wanted a peace of mind. I just want to have a peace of mind. Just sit, even if I know that I am going to be eating one meal a day because that's the only thing I can afford, but I am eating it in peace. Or even if I know that I have only 50 shillings in my pocket, but that 50 shillings is the only thing I have. But I have it in my pocket in peace at the end of the day. So anyway, I wouldn't have, it depends. You cannot just quit if you don't have a backup plan or, even me, I don't have a major backup plan. Obviously, whatever I have is not an accumulating income for me, especially now because of the corona, you guys. I had to waive a rent for my people, the people who live in my house. I have to waive a rent for them. And I was just thinking to myself that it's a way of me giving back to the community, because I'm just looking at it this way. I personally am not paying rent at the moment, or even if I go to Kenya, I'm not paying rent. But then these people are paying rent, they have children, they have, and they're out of work. So I thought I should waiver for them. I know some people say, why waiver? Like you will have to ask that money in the future. Okay, if I was paying, I had a bank loan that I was paying, that is a different case, but I don't have it. So I thought I just need to waiver it, because what am I going to lose? I know I'm going to lose money, some bucks, because of wavering, but it's okay. And sometimes it's good to be human. I know I don't have a job at the moment, and I have my peace, which is what I needed, and I have my freedom, which is what I needed. My life does no longer is from one roster to another roster. My life is no longer from one suitcase to another, from packing suitcase to suitcase. I'm at peace, and that is what is more important to me than money. So I decided to waiver for them rent. So I've waived for the people who are living in my place rent at the moment. 3 months, they will be paying me less amount of, the normal rent, they've cut it in half. I told them it's okay. I'll go at a loss, but just to give you guys some peace of mind, just let me waive a rent. So I've decided to do that. So obviously, the kind of income, the Koro has also affected my business. The way I thought things would have been is not the same way they are at the moment. But at the end of the day, for me, even if I have little income, a little bit of, have life insurance, as in health insurance, which I have to set up now because I don't have one. I've never had one in Kenya anyway. I need one. And I also need to go and figure my life out back home now, to go and figure out how everything is going to be. So I thank God that 11 years, God of heavens preserved me in those skies, that I did not even injure my toe in those cabins. I did not even miss one stairs and hurt my ankles. One stairs, as in the elevator going into the plane. Sometimes people have those injuries, but God of the universe spared my life throughout the time that I was working. And I am very, 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 very grateful. 11 good years of no mishaps. And of course, my health has to go back to normal, because it's very health wise, it's very debilitating, you guys. Health wise is very debilitating, especially fertility health wise. Flying, if I could tell you how much your fertility health is affected when you are flying, a lot of flight attendants have fertility health issues. It's very much affected. So for the people who are flying and they're young and they still want children, and it's better for them to do it when they are still younger. But again, if you have restrictions that, like, you have to wait until you're married to have it, but you are in your 30s and you haven't gotten married yet, then you have to choose either your fertility health or money. So you have to choose. Let me watch what you guys are saying. Okay. Andrew is in Australia. Have unfortunate. Oh, KDD is saying I have an uncle affected by Koro. I am still working. I think once they allow people to come back to work, this will get worse. I don't know, man. Spence is saying good morning from Orlando, Florida. Girl, did I read your caption correct? Did you just quit your job? Wow, you are perhaps one of the best person I have ever met. LOL. We are on lockdown until 30th April. Yes, Spencer, I don't have a job no more. I quit. Brian, Los Angeles, I can imagine your job was stressing you out. That is crazy. I thought Florida was open. Be your own boss, the only way to go. It's true. I think it's a lot harder having a child without a partner. The best thing is to be your own boss. Mel Muhammad is saying, babe, girl, you do what you think is right for you, and you are smart and you have also experienced the other side of the coin to speak. You are now free. Yes, I am, Andrew. And every end leads to a new beginning. Yes, yes. They gave you a great start, but we all grow and you have gone. Definitely outgrown them. Time to move on. Florida is open for international flights only. Yeah, I know. Jade, what time frame are they saying to resume international flight? So you guys, what is it called? In the Emirates, almost we have almost 10,000 cases. I think now it's reached 10,000 plus cases, and the cases are doubling overnight. The cases are doubling overnight. So obviously, I don't know, it's very, and what is also happening outside the world is also crazy. Even though Kenya is not as affected as much, but they also have some cases. The kind that I see all the time in Miami International walking like they never wear high heels in their life. This lady walks so funny in heels that sometimes I say heels. Let me tell you, Jade, sometimes they force you to wear high heels for their own aesthetic. Is it called aesthetic? What I'm telling you, if you look at flight attendants' toes, they are in pain. If you see them limping at the airport, it's not their fault. There was a time they reported me over wearing low heels until they were tired of reporting. Every time somebody found me wearing low heel and asked me, why are you wearing low heel? I tell them because I am comfortable wearing them. And then they report me. I say, hi, go ahead and report them. It's okay. You can report because they know very well that it was debilitating. Those shoes are debilitating. So some beaches were open for 1 week. Oh, yeah, okay. I left my job in army. That is Dr. Kumalo. I left my job in army after 17 years. Now I'm making plans what to do next. In the meantime, I'm trying to eat health, riding a bike. You are a strong woman. Anything you start, you will be successful. Thank you very much. I'm telling you, for me, my health, and one thing that because there are people who don't suffer with sleeping, they don't have sleeping problems when they are flying. Me, I had sleeping problems. I could not sleep because my body clock never got used to the entire roster of daytime, nighttime, midnight, 3 a.m. Like you are going on, your body is like a machine. Your body need to slow down. Me, my body never got used to it. So I could even go up to 4 days or 3 days having insomnia, and that is not healthy for me. I feel that is just not good for me. So I need something to my health to be back to normal, and my mental health. um yeah. So So it's like, you guys, if you are not a flight attendant, you would only say, oh, well, and now at this point, being a flight attendant is one of the scariest things that I would say, my God, no, please, thank you. Thank you. Money wise is good, everything, and it gives you comfort. The ladies that are there, they don't want to leave because there is a lot of comfort, and that is the only thing that they've ever known. The only thing that they've ever known are good hotels with comfortable beds, packing from suitcase to suitcase. But for me, it just reached life, real life, experience real life. This is not my life. I know this comfort zone, so that even if one day the company decided to get rid of me, or something happens that they just don't want my services anymore, I will just, because I know what it feels like to sleep on the floor. Heck, I do. So to sleep naked, to sleep without food, not naked, to sleep without food, I obviously don't want to like go back to being in poverty or stuff like that. And that is one of the things that keeps the crew, the people still working, because they don't want to live from not having the money. They were used to getting that money, and then all of a sudden now they don't have it. It's something that, they get very, but to me, I said, just screw it, you know. And it's very funny. The day that I left the job, I was the most happiest in my heart, apart from Koro making me staying around here for no reason, obviously for the Koro airport being locked down. I was so happy. I was so relieved, I was like, I'm going to sleep tonight, not thinking that I have to look at my schedule and I have to go to work. Like, I have to fly miles and miles at 40,000 feet, serving people who might be suffering from COVID. And eh, you guys, and also have problems sleeping. Try with meditation you have on YouTube. Mimi, nothing helped me, Dr. Kumalo. Nothing helped me. I tried everything. Don't worry, sis. A better door will open for you. Meantime, enjoy the free time you have. I am enjoying to the fullest. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. For me, I'm not worried. I'm happy. Really, I'm really happy. It's just that I just want things to open back to normal so that I can get my ass back to my home country. Otherwise, your girl is not working, not flying anymore. Woohoo! Exactly. Even the health issues I was experiencing, I don't have them anymore since I stopped flying. I don't know. It was just a different kind of freedom that I feel now that I'm not flying. And it's like right now, even my sister is in Dubai, and her work also, like, she come at the wrong time. I thought that in this 2020 we are gonna be having expo, and everything will be good in Dubai at the moment, but she came at the wrong time. Even their hotel they don't need workers anymore because they are shut down basically. The only people they have are people, guests on lockdown, and so even them, they've been laid off partially because they don't need them. If they keep them, they won't have money to pay them. And you can imagine now they've been laid off partially. It's good that they don't hotel pays, but the hotel needs to repatriate them to go back home. But even then, they are stuck here. They can't go anywhere. She's also in a position where she's in lockdown. She's in the house and no job, no money coming in, and you can imagine. But because of the COVID, now obviously she's sitting in the house, and it's very bad. Sorry guys, the internet is messing up with me. What I was saying is that every time you wake up, you want to look at the figures, you're hoping to see that things are turning back to normal. But when you wake up, I usually look at the figures and they are doubling and doubling and doubling. And it just gets your, it's very annoying, guys. It's absolutely annoying at the moment. But yeah, that's all I needed to say to you guys, unless if you have questions you want to ask me, but I think this live is done. This live is done. I want to try as much as possible to make YouTube more, because at least now I have time, I'll have free time to make more YouTube videos. But I also need, do they have any sick people in Dubai with COVID? Hey, Audrey, 10,000 plus. We have 10,000 and everything is now on lockdown. People are out of work. Even hospitals are not functioning. They only take, if you want to go to hospital, you have to be diagnosed via phone call. Everything is via phone call. So 10,000 infected in this place. So it's not easy. It's really not easy at the moment. So I don't know, Audrey, where are you talking to me from? Are you in Kenya or Uganda? You know, it's like, I don't understand. People are saying that when it's hot, it's gonna get down. And now we are in summer here. And you know, summer gets up to 50, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, going 55. And now it's really hot. But still every morning when I wake up, when I check the figures, they are only doubling. So I don't think this heat thing makes sense. So it doesn't really make sense. Like one time I woke up, I saw it was at the other night I was waking up, I was going to sleep and it was on 9,000, less than 9,000. The next night it was 10,500. I was like, excuse me, where are all these figures coming from all of a sudden? So is the Emirates, somebody is asking me, oh, you are in USA. Which state are you in USA? Audrey, which state are you in USA? I know that New York is mostly the worst affected. But yeah, the Emirates they only repatriate. Emirates only take people to their country, but they don't bring anyone back. They are not allowed. They only bring, whoever they are bringing are just the nationals, the people from this country, they bring them back, but they are not allowed. And most airports in the world don't allow any airport to land, any flights to land. And I was reading in the newspaper yesterday that there were some Indians that passed on. They didn't even pass on from Koro. They passed on from other things. One was 23-year-old, apparently passed on from a heart attack, and their bodies were repatriated, but then their bodies had to be rejected. You know, the airport in India rejected the bodies because now they think that every dead body is actually Koro. Koro is the cause of death. So now they are not even taking in those people. So they had to ship them back here. And I was like, are you crazy? Like, it's gotten to this point where even people cannot bury their loved ones in peace. Whatever this is, my God, may God have mercy on us. But not too bad. Can you go back to Kenya at some point? Wow, I want to go back to Kenya, of course. I'm just here. I need to be repatriated. I'm waiting for my repatriation flights to open. But I need to go back like as soon as possible. Yonita is saying, hi, I'm from Atlanta. I've always admired your life, being a flight attendant traveling the world, because I personally hate flying. May God continue to bless you in your future endeavor. Thank you, Nita. I'm telling you, like, you know, everyone looks at the flight attendant life and they think that it's very glamorous. After you've gone into that life and you've seen, my God, you will see what it is. I feel like the airlines that are more glamorous are the airlines where they have more freedom. Like, for example, there was an airline Air France, they have, or American airline, like some airlines, or British Airways. Some airlines are very free. You are treated like an adult. You feel like you're an adult. You have a say. You can, you have an opinion. You have a say and all that. And everyone is being treated like they are individuals, adults, not like high school kids that they need to treat you like that. There was a time that we were working with the Air France was working with us, and they came to do our service. I don't know what was the agreement. There was a deal that the Air France crew had come to operate our flights. So they were in our aircraft with our service and their flights. I don't know, they were trying to introduce the market, our services to the Air France, whatever. The Air France crew just went on strike because they thought that whatever we were doing, whatever they were making them do, that we are meant to do, are done in our airline, is ridiculous. They cannot work like that. They cannot work like that. The kind of service that we were giving, they didn't understand why you have to give five course in business class. Why do you have to give it? Like for me, I was like, when you're giving 5 course in business class, you need to be fast. When someone finished their starter, main course need to come. After the main course, dessert need to come. After dessert, their drink need to come. And for us, my friend, you can finish your meal, your dessert, your starter, and wait another 1 hour for your main course, simply because there is so hectic and busy, you're wondering why. Why? Even the passengers are the ones who are wondering. Depends on which kind of crew are working. Some crew are not very organized, but some are like, especially the senior ones, they know what they're doing. But not all of them are always organized. So you find that the passengers are only suffering. They don't see what is the point of all this. Why do I have to finish my meal and I wait for my dessert another 1 hour or 2 hours? Because the rest of the cabin have to be served. So you find the passengers are even more grumpy, and their ticket is not cheap. It's very expensive. So they are like, what is this? So the Air France were like, we are not doing this. What is this kind of service, like slaves running in the cabin like headless chicken? Like you're making 10 rounds for one person. What is this? And at the end of the day, also they are saying, oh, you have to, like, you cannot, can you imagine you do all this drama and then you have to individually come for wine, you open the wine and then you have to take it for tasting, and then you have to come back. If they don't like that wine, you have to come back with that wine and again change the wine, give them another wine, and then individually. I'm like, what the fuck? For the Air France, they just pour the wine together with the tray, and they took dessert, starter, everything inside the tray with hot meal. Eat your meal. If you don't want, leave it. What is this nonsense? So you can imagine this kind of service. Air France refused to do this service. They had to go on strike. So they were like, okay. It's easy. It's easy. If they say no, workers' union protect them fully 100%. Here, there's no workers' union for us. So even if you refuse to work, they tell you, hey, okay, you're very replaceable. So, and whenever I was working with Air France crew, they were so comfortable. They are sitting together, eating together. They have their own chairs, high tables that they, foldable chairs that they eat on. They open when it's time for them to eat, and nobody will ask them nothing. If it's their time to eat, it's their time to eat. For us, honey, you are requested to eat one by one. You cannot eat in a group. If you're found eating in a group, they are like, who is monitoring the cabin? Who is looking at the toilets? Who is doing this? Why is this call bell not answered? La 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 la. And you are like, even nowadays, actually the crew has become more tough-headed because they don't care this rule anymore. They eat when they are hungry. So let me read what you guys are saying. For me, I am in DC. DC is where? Washington. Yeah, Washington, but not too bad. Oh yeah, this will come to an end. I hope it comes to an end soon, man. Oh, I work for a company that provides the meal for AA, and the AA flight attendants are the one that have their say, even the flight service managers. I'm telling you, for us, I'm telling you, even the people who fly for other airlines, they come to our airline and they treat us like, you know, oh my God. I will never forget one day the way one lady, she was screaming at me to give her water to drink. And she said, give me water now, in front of everyone. I looked at her and I was like, you better ask nicely. You know, just the look I gave her was like, the way you asked was not polite. You better ask nicely. And she waited for that water until I finished what I was doing. You know, I did it deliberately. Then the minute I took that water to her, because she didn't ask me for water nicely, I didn't like her tone of voice. Excuse me, you cannot shout, give me water and bring it here now, in front of everyone, and you are humiliating me like that. Honey, no, no. So she was embarrassing me in front of everyone. And then the minute I took to her water, she was like, she yelled, and she says, she told me so many bad stuff. She said, I will make sure you lose your job or whatnot, like yeah, rah, 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 rah. The minute I leave this aircraft, you will know who I am. She said all that. I gave her water and I said, Mommy, Mom, here is your water. She took her water and she drank. Then after that, she went and she made a big complaint. I said, the fuck? What the hell? So anyway, there are people like that. People are not polite in our airline, especially some passengers, not all. Majority are nice. But some passengers know that they go away with anything. Someone can just come with a very big bag. He's a man who's got big balls, obviously. He comes with a big bag that he obviously packed it for himself and then put it on the floor and come and point at me and say, come and carry it. Carry it and put it up. I looked at him like this. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? So the minute I was like, I just assumed that he actually didn't tell me to carry his bag and put it up. So then he went and reported me again. This flight attendant, what is she employed here for if she cannot carry bags? Thank God my manager was like, she's not employed here for carrying your bags. She's employed here for your safety. And your bags is your own responsibility. So can you please put your bag up? So sometimes you get managers who back you up. But some, they actually go with what the passenger said. The passenger said you are rude because you refuse to carry their bag. That is what they write in their report. Fuck it, man. I've had enough of that. So anyway, you guys, it was nice chatting with you guys. I am happy that all of you who are in my life are actually doing well. These too shall pass. These too shall pass. So let's just hope that God remembers us very soon, and I see you in my next live. Have a lovely day. Bye.